Hello, beloved listeners, and welcome to Snake People of the Movies, film criticism by people who actually like film. Join us as we dive into movies we love, movies we respect, and movies we wish we could unsee. It's a podcast where we talk about growing up and living queer, nerdy, and depressed online at the cinema, from the kids who are going to be right back in Sneeple at the Movies. I'm Maddie.
I'm Helena.
And I'm Ben.
That's right, no Ezra this week, but we do have Ben, producer and friend, and also one of my co-hosts on Parascience and Laia. I'm very excited about this because we were like, okay, well, eventually when Ezra can't be on, we'll have Ben on, we'll do a Scream episode, and then it just happened to happen quicker than I was expecting.
That's a cool word.
Yeah.
The writer's
new word just dropped.
The writer's strike is hurting Maddie hard.
Oh boy. Tough times out here. Anyway. Sneeple, whatever.
So we're doing an episode on Scream.
We're doing an episode on Scream. I'm really excited. I just rewatched Scream 1, so
yay.
I got a lot of thoughts. I got a lot of thinking to do.
I'm glad.
Not that I normally do a lot of thinking, but, you know.
No, I just kind of open my mouth and just say whatever comes out, too. I mean, the way that what are you drinking right now?
None of your business.
It just looked really snazzy. I got really jealous for a second.
I'm drinking a fucking Mike's Hard because I'm a fancy bitch.
Yeah, I was like, that looks really awesome.
That's right, the drink of 19-year-olds everywhere.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I don't know about fancy. That's the joke I associate with really trashy boat parties.
Mm-hmm,
I mean...
It's getting hot. It's getting summery. I want to feel like I'm on a boat somewhere instead of just hanging out in my apartment.
Man, I would kill for Mike's Hard Lemonade right now.
When I was this is a small anecdote, I promise. But when I was a youth, I went bowling with my family, and I ran over to the concession stand real quick, and then ran back to my mom and said, "Hey, can I get a lemonade?" And anyway, my mom had to explain that giant sign that said Mike's Hard Lemonade, well, that one's not for the kids.
I was so saddened by that when I was a child, because they don't really make it clear to you.
What's hard mean? I don't know.
No, I don't know. It's just like,
hardcore.
Yeah.
Hardcore.
Means you're
for
a skater.
The punks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tough lemonade for adults.
Because being an adult is...
That's right.
Tough.
Is that related to the topic? I'm sorry. I guess you can get.
And then you grow up and you realize that Mike's Hard Lemonade is for bitches.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
anyway,
me.
I still really like to be drinking one right now. That's okay. We can record a podcast instead.
That would be nice, I guess. I don't know. I did not make it easy to start this episode, I'll tell you that.
What have you watched, Maddie?
Oh, God, who knows?
You wrote it down!
I know. I rewatched Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. God, because I haven't seen it in so long. You and I did that together.
Yes, we did.
And then it was May the 4th, so I watched New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi all in one go. I thought about also watching Revenge of the Sith, and I was like, I have watched 3 movies in basically as many hours as I can watch 3 movies in. I can't do this anymore. I gotta stop. I can't watch the emotional turmoil that is Revenge of the Sith right now. No. I'm gonna watch it soon, though. And then I watched the Raimi Spider-Mans 1 and 2. I still haven't seen 3. Someday I will.
One day. Let me know when you do.
You got it. Hey, those movies are bangers. I do love them. After all this time.
Real quick, Helena, I think about your spirited defense of Spider-Man 3 literally all the time.
Thank you.
I bring up things that you said in that episode in casual conversation.
I'm so honored. I feel responsible because I had such a weird experience seeing it in theaters when it came out, and I felt a certain way about it for so long, and that when I watched it again, I was like, I need to be fair. I can't do this to Sam like this, and I can't let this previous opinion
our
stand.
Friend. Yeah.
Our personal friend. So yeah, I'm here for it.
Yeah, I think Sandman's pretty fun in that.
If Spider-Man
oh my god,
3
I forgot that Sandman's in it.
Has one fan in the whole world, I'm that one fan.
And that's
I'm
you.
not. the one
if
fan,
if it has 0 fans, then I'm no longer on this earth.
Exactly.
I rewatched Scream, as previously stated, and then double featured it with John Carpenter's The Fong. I do very much love that movie. Thank you, John. Another hit. And then right before this episode, I watched Ready or Not, that movie that I've been meaning to see for a while, and then just never got around to. That movie fucks.
Yeah!
It's a tight 95 minutes. I was like, oh, that's not very long. I can squeeze that in. And it's 95 minutes of pure action. So much happens. I think it's really well done.
The action kicks off at like minute 10.
Yeah.
And
so you get like the lead
so
up.
much blood.
And there's so much blood. In a way, it kind of reminds me of Malignant in the fact that there's so much gore and some of it is like a touch goofy, but it's like, no, I think we need more of that. I think there should be more gore that is sometimes a little dumb. I was like half an hour in and I was like, I think I want to own this on DVD. And I got to the end and I was like, no, I think I want to own this on DVD. I was right. And Samara Weaving has the most incredible scream of all time. Someone said she sounds like a tropical bird and they were right. And it was incredible.
Oh my god. Sorry, Helena, have you seen it?
I have not seen it.
That's why I was like trying to be very careful about what I
Sure,
said because I went into that movie knowing like basically nothing. And I think that was crucial.
That's the way to go. That is the way to go for sure.
I know some stuff about it, but I'm not sure how full a picture of it. And also, it's been a while since it came out, so like I think I saw
that was about 4 years ago.
Yeah, I saw some stuff like right when it came out, and so it's been a while, and I've kind of forgotten what I saw. So I probably I'll go.
Highly
recommend. Basically cold.
As it should be. Would recommend.
Yeah, without saying anything, that movie has a really cool visual to it.
Yes.
I don't mean that the cinematography is anything special. I just mean the set design.
No. Yeah.
There
were a couple shots where I was like, "Oh, I really like what they're doing here," but otherwise it was just like pretty standard. But
for sure,
it
for
worked.
sure. The car bit is so fucking good.
Oh, so funny, so funny. The like very ending scene is great, so good.
I want to signal a fact to you, but obviously I don't want to tell Helena shit.
Just DM me later. We can talk about it. Yeah. So anyway, very glad I watched that, especially right before we do a horror episode. And then I've been finishing up the Clone Wars animated TV show and continuing my TNG rewatch. Man, I love Star Trek. I love Star Trek so much. Season 3 has some really banger episodes. I just watched Deja Q, which is very fun and has fucking Corbin Bernsen.
Yes.
I never remember how to pronounce his last name.
Corbin Bernsen, I think, is correct?
Bernsen.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
I always think there's a T in there, and there's not. He's uncredited, which is insane.
It's very funny. He just shows up like right at the very end, and he's like...
Yeah, he plays another Q, and he's like, "Hi, motherfucker. You've learned the meaning of Christmas, have your powers back."
Yeah.
And it bangs. It's so good.
It makes sense that Sean's dad from Psych is a member of the Q Continuum.
It's the Q Continuum.
It does.
Yeah.
It does make sense. I just realized that you've been kind of having a Corbin Bernsen marathon because
accidentally
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Because I watched Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. I've been watching some Psych on and off. It's just like I keep accidentally watching stuff that he happens to be in without like purposely trying to watch a bunch of shit that he's in.
Yeah.
I mean, he's good. I like him as an actor. It's just like I was not. There was another TNG episode that I was watching. It's the one where he. I mentioned this in the Discord. The guy who's in First Contact.
Oh, James Cromwell. Yeah.
James Cromwell randomly plays a prime minister in one of the season 3 episodes, and I was like, that's fucking James Cromwell. Hold the fuck on.
He's a kind of a dick in that one, right?
It's the one where it's like it's Captain America. But by that I mean they're peaceful people and they just finished a war, and the way they finish the war is because they have a bunch of soldiers that they like genetically enhanced, and these guys volunteer, but they didn't tell them what was gonna happen. And they're all like fucked up about it, and one of them escapes. And the very funny part is he goes back and starts writing to freeze all the guys and takes them back to the planet. And the Prime Minister's like, Picard, you have to help us. And Picard's like, no, y'all should figure your own shit out. You guys suck. Anyway, bye.
Man.
It's very funny. Yeah, he's kind of a tool.
Yeah.
In Succession, he plays Logan Roy's brother.
Oh my god. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm also, there's an episode that you haven't gotten to yet. I just watched it and I can't even remember. Oh, The Wounded, I think, is the one. It's a Cardassian episode.
Yeah, that's coming soon, I think.
Where Mark Alimo, who plays Gul Dukat on DS9, shows up as a different different Cardassian, and they got these weird,
I knew that.
Helmets on. Back when they hadn't quite figured out what the Cardassian
what they wanted them to look like. Yeah.
Yeah, so they were like, their skin's really bad, and we were like, we don't like this. But he's great. He shows up and you're just like, that's Mark. That's Mark Alimo.
Hey!
Very good episode. Feel like
every episode of TNG I watch, I see somebody, I'm like, wait a minute, that's fucking... And I looked them up. There was one guy on the terrorist episode that is Crusher focused. That I was like the main guy. I was like, that guy looks really familiar, and like I couldn't figure out for what. He's like a guy whose most of his career is just being on one-off and a lot of stuff. And I'm like, his name is Richard Cox, and I'm like, I just must have seen him on like a bunch of random one-off stuff. It was very weird because I was looking at him like, I know you.
A true one of those guys' faces.
Yep, truly. He was good though. I liked him a lot. Anyway, I love TNG. I'm so glad I'm rewatching it. It's been really delightful. I like watch it before bed. I'm like, aw, my friends.
I like getting into Paramount Plus and seeing which episode you just watched by going to TNG and be like, do you want to watch the episode? I'm like, wait a minute, no, I'm in late season 4. That's what Maddie was watching.
Yeah, I'm like mid-season 3. I think there's a whole span of it. I'm doing as my friends know, I'm doing the recommendation of like, here's some episodes you should watch. There's a website that does it. And my friends mostly agree. Are like, yes, this is fine. I know there's some where you're like, I think you should watch some of these, but...
The TNG one, I think, is mostly accurate. The Deep Space Nine one
has a couple things that...
Yeah. It has a couple because he's like, you should skip these kind of silly ones. I'm like, okay, you do not understand gay culture, and you can't tell somebody to skip this episode because it's gay culture.
Yeah. Once I get to Deep Space Nine, I'll be asking for more of your opinion, but...
yeah.
I'm in a run of, like, recommended episodes, so this is fun to get to some of the good stuff. Not that it's not all good. Anyway.
Sorry, did I hear the phrase, skip the silly ones, applied to Star Trek?
Yeah, I mean, that is what this person who's made this recommendation list.
Sure.
Again, I generally agree with it, but there does seem, especially with Deep Space Nine, to be kind of like, you can skip this because nothing that happens in it is going to be relevant to the plot later, and it's also just kind of like, why are we here? And I'm like, okay, excuse me. This is an entire episode.
But I love our man Bashir.
About Bashir playing out his James Bond kink in a holosuite with, like, things going wrong on the outside, and Garrick is there, and they do this weird flirting thing. And it's such a staple of the show that, I mean, to certain people, that one of the actors wrote fanfic about it. Like, he literally wrote a book about it. Like, this is a landmark episode for certain crazy people.
Star Trek is a franchise. Star Trek is a franchise that has coasted for almost 60 years off of the silly ones.
Yeah.
That's most of the show.
They're essential.
And that applies to like 8 different shows.
There is some stuff early TNG and early Deep Space Nine, the first few seasons, where I'm like, not only is this silly, it's also bad.
I skipped a lot of 1 and 2.
Yeah. It's unfortunate, but true. There's like 1 or 2 decent episodes from the first season of TNG where I'm like, yeah. And the rest I'm like, oof.
Yeah.
No, that's
especially Next Generation, because they were still trying to, because Roddenberry was still involved and they were still trying to like distance them, like figure out what their identity was as a Star Trek show, separate from TOS. An enjoyable TOS episode is the one with Zephyr Cochrane, the character who James Cromwell plays in First Contact, who is not nearly as likable as he is in First Contact, and also played, of course, by a completely different actor.
I should
Actually,
consider rewatching the Next Generation movies.
you should not only consider it, but do it.
Okay. Well, yeah,
You're
sure.
thinking
No, get right on it.
We were thinking of watching Nemesis anyway recently because Maddie wanted
Right.
to watch Nemesis.
Yeah, because I wanted to watch something that I needed to watch Nemesis for. Oh, Picard.
Hey.
Yes.
Do you know who's
Well, what?
Do you know who's in Nemesis, Maddie?
Yes, I think so. I think we mentioned.
Where are we leading with this?
Do you know it's our good friend Mad Max?
Oh, yes. Yes,
Yeah,
we
you know
have
that's
what
Tom
we
Hardy.
talked about.
Sorry, I
Yes.
should have clarified it
Slay.
wasn't Mel Gibson.
Yes.
I probably should have.
Hard. Well,
No, I knew what you were... When you said Mad Max, I knew who you were talking about.
Yeah.
Yes, I did actually know this. That's why I'm thinking I actually might have seen Nemesis, but I think it was a long time ago, because I remember specifically being like, hey, that's Tom Hardy. And then
Yeah.
I think probably Helena being like, yeah, this was his first role. And I was like, what?
one of his first, yeah.
Mhm.
They're like,
Manly,
yeah,
skinny
when
man.
Card was younger, he looked like Tom Hardy. Okay, sir.
Sure, I'll buy that.
The first Star Trek movie I ever saw in theaters.
Hmm. I
Anyway.
was into darkness.
Anyway, so that's me. We spent
I'm
like
so
15
sorry.
minutes talking about
I
me,
know.
but to be fair, we spent a lot of time talking about TNG, and I wanted to talk about TNG.
Yeah, I love TNG. I mean, that swings very nicely into mine because I've also been watching TNG. I've also, of course, been watching Deep Space Nine. I watched Deep Space Nine last night. That was all good stuff.
Yep.
It's getting complicated.
On Deep
I mean-
Space Nine?
Yeah, shocker.
Who knew?
I know. I've also been watching Chewing Gum, the Michaela Cole series from like 10 years ago or a little bit longer than that, which is very funny. And I like to pick a show to rewatch while I'm making dinner so I can like have some background noise but also not have to pay attention. So that right now is Peep Show, which has been great. All of it's on Tubi. Thank God.
Thanks for that heads up, because I have been considering maybe I should just sit down and rewatch Peep Show.
You
And
should.
Say that, not knowing that you had been watching Peep Show.
Yeah.
I
think
hope
it's
you're ready
like-
for some 1 a.m. text from me.
Thank you. I love having my roommates walk into the room and be like, "Oh, it's that person." And be like, "Yes, you mean Oscar winner Olivia Colman? Yes, this is a show that she did." And also other random British people. But it's extremely funny. It's also, of course, been helping with the transition between watching Succession now on Sundays, which has been... I'm stressed. I am stressed out in a good way. But yeah. Anyway, we can talk.
For the listener at home, we're making some meaningful eye contact because I am also caught up and obsessed with Succession.
There's a certain scene that happened on this last week's episode, which is, I mean, obviously very good overall, where I've been trying to, like, do stuff while I watch TV and movies, like skincare stuff, like just take care of my skin and put on face masks and things. So I was doing that while watching Succession, which was very nice because Succession can be stressful. And then it got to this one scene at the very end, and I just kind of stopped and was kind of just like sitting like this for a solid 2.5 minutes. Great stuff, though. Good to see that some people might be winning Emmys again this year. Very good.
Yeah. We're referring to the balcony scene, of course, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Because
Yeah.
very much the thing is, I was live texting a friend through that episode. You know, very much okay, where are you at kind of conversation. And there was a moment where I was like, oh, holy shit, this conversation. And then I went back and specified, because there were kind of like 4 in a row.
Yeah, there was like several moments where I was like...
There were arguably 5 in a row. That was like Frank versus Kendall versus oh my god, Madison. Forgot his name for a moment.
Watson, yeah.
Roman versus Jerry.
Oh my god.
Roman versus
His life.
Connor. With the whole there's only one person in this room who doesn't think I'm a joke. And then Tom versus Shiv.
So,
That was back to back to back to back real tense moments.
And if you would have asked me, now I'm just like torn. This is the thing about Succession that just tears me apart because like as we all know, and as we've talked about, the Emmy, whoever votes in the Emmy Awards, they tend to pick like a favorite, right, in drama and comedy, and then they just vote for those people like until the show is over.
Yeah.
So Succession's been winning a lot, which is great for me because I love Succession. I love to see them win. The problem with that is that you have this incredibly stacked cast who are all giving incredible performances, and then it's like they're all entering in on supporting actor, lead actor. And I can't remember if Kieran Culkin is entering on supporting actor this year or if he's entering in lead. Because if you would have asked me in the first half of this season who was going to win, I would have been like, Kieran Culkin's going to win because he's been doing incredible stuff. But this last episode, I don't know, man. I'm like, Matthew McFadden.
Though. Yeah. Oh. Pronounce that last name two different ways?
Oh, that's interesting.
I don't know. You're probably
We'll find out. No, he'll tell us. He'll let us know since he listens to the podcast. He'll tell us the correct pronunciation.
We should have him on. That would be a big get for us.
That would be... I wouldn't know what to say.
Maddie,
Matthew, just text me. Just let me know.
Cool.
Yeah, can you text him and just ask and say congratulations?
Yeah, I mean, the email, I say the email at the end of the episode, so Matthew, if you're interested, just send us an email.
Thank you.
Thanks, man. Love your
and
accent.
Sarah, too.
Yeah. Love your accent.
Speaking of accents, not really. I have been listening again to, I do job applications, which, having something on in the background, I don't know, say that you have a digital copy of the Dominic Drumgoole production of Henry IV from the Globe to 2012, and you watch part 1 and part 2, listening to it in the background while you're doing job applications. That sure would be nice. Well, listener, as it so happens, I happen to be in that situation. So that's what I was doing the past few days. I was also rereading it too at the time, and I suddenly decided to become obsessed with the actor playing Hotspur, who plays Pistol in part 2, but for some reason not in the Henry V that they do, which I don't understand why. And I decided, his name's Sam Crane. He did a production of All's Well with them back in 2011, and I was flipping through all of the productions they have on Globe.tv, which was interesting because I came across a production of As You Like It with Jamie Parker, who was also in the Henry IV, obviously, but also has our dear friend from Endeavour, our bird son, playing Orlando. God, and if you asked me the actor's name, I could not tell you, which is shame on me for doing so, but that's just how we refer to him. So obviously now I need to watch his production of As You Like It. I guess. Oh, what a hardship it is. But I watched an entire episode of Endeavour, speaking of Endeavour, because they're like, Sam Crane, Blaze Hotspur, is in this episode of Endeavour. I was like, I don't remember this. I don't remember it because it was literally like one scene. And he doesn't look like anything like how I'm used to seeing him. And I saw him, he shows up in the background, and then they talk to him, and it's like one scene, and I'm like, and then that's it. And I'm like, God damn it!
I'm learning about the British television detective drama on ITV, Endeavour, for the first time right now.
Oh! Well!
Have we not screamed at you about Endeavour? Maddie and I enjoy Endeavour very much. Ezra does too, yes. Actually. I should speak for them.
Endeavour, we, the people, enjoy Endeavour.
We do. Are you familiar with Inspector Morse or Inspector Lewis?
No, but I do recognize the name Roger Allam.
Yes. So that's funny because Roger Allam also plays Falstaff, of course, in this Henry IV production with Sam Crane.
The original Inspector Javert. That's why I know him.
Yes, also that. Incredible actor. So Inspector Morse is the original show based on the books, the Inspector Morse books, and then Inspector Lewis
in. I'm trying to remember the era. Doesn't matter.
80s, 90s.
Yep, and then they had Inspector Lewis, which is the offshoot featuring Inspector Morse's, I want to say assistant, that's not the correct word, but you know what I mean.
Maybe?
Sergeant, thank you.
Yeah.
And that was in, like, the aughts, in the 2010s, because I was watching it in, like, high school.
Yeah.
And then starting in, like, the later 2010s, maybe, that started when we were, like, in college, I think.
It's just entering its, like, 9th or 10th season, which is going to be its last.
Christ, that's insane.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Based on Inspector Morse when he was young. So it's kind of like a flashback season.
Yeah. 1950s through 1970s, basically.
Yeah,
Of
it's
course.
very much like one of those BBC drama detective shows, but Inspector Lewis is, like, show of my heart. I watched that, like, with my stepmom and my dad, but my stepmom was really into Morse. So we watched Lewis all the time in high school, and Helen and I were insane about it. And then Endeavor came out, and we were like, excellent, more stuff to be insane about.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and I think
I've not watched any Endeavor in a while, but
I just have PBS Passport right now, so I can watch all of it. Because I was like, when this most recent season of Endeavor came out, I was like, I can't wait until I go visit my parents and just watch it. I have to watch it right now, and I did, and then it made me sad because it's now getting to the point where it's like, we have to say goodbye, so this person who he's becoming has to be the horrible, broken, alcoholic bachelor that you know, and it's like, no, I don't want that. I'm sad.
Okay, but what if the next version is, like, Lewis as a young man? That would be fun.
That would be fun. But it's
I'm glad that we're finding new franchises to kind of staple the young Indiana Jones format, too. More prequels about when
Young Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess Young Sherlock Holmes is the other one.
Young Sherlock Holmes is the other one. Yeah, I'm depressed about it. His mentor is disappointed in him, and his love of his life is marrying somebody else probably, and it's like, I'm gonna be so normal and fine about it. But yes, Our Bird Son, from the first 3 seasons, 3 or 4 seasons, 3 seasons? 3 seasons, is in a production of As You Like It. Anyway, have I watched any movies? Yes, I have. I have watched Kiss Kiss Bang Bang with You, Maddie.
Show off. I watched movie of my heart.
Yep. Very good. I watched 1 Week, Buster Keaton movie, 1 Week, which is very funny. Excellent expressions, excellent spinning houses. Don't know how you did it. I like how he manages to work a train into, like, everything that he does. Somebody made this point. Somebody who I follow who watched Sherlock Jr., which is my personal favorite, Buster Keaton, was like, I like how he's, like, pretending to be a detective in this, but he still manages to work a train stunt in here because he just, like, needs to have a train.
Yeah,
there's a very good train stunt in
good
1
for
Week,
him.
I must say. Yeah, I understand. He's like Miyazaki, but with trains instead of airplanes.
With trains instead of planes, yeah.
Yeah. And we just need to find the guy who's like that, but with automobiles. I guess that's the Fast 9 crew.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or Mad Max.
Or the guy who made French Connection, William Friedkin. And I watched Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. I had a very good skincare night with that while I watched that. I've had Mr. Smith Goes to Washington on my hard drive literally for like 8 years. And I haven't watched it. Because as I was saying, I obtained copies of movies that Jimmy Stewart was in when I was in college. And this is one of the ones I was like, I have to see this one. And then I just like never watched it. But I did, and I'm really glad because it was, you know, I mean, there's a lot of stuff about, like, America in it, which it's, you know,
blurred
of the time, and with, you know, Frank Capra and all that, very idealistic, but at the same time, it was also just, like, gut-wrenchingly emotional and idealistic, and so in a way that I can definitely vibe with, so
wait, sorry, first time?
Yes.
Oh, lovely.
Yes.
I need to see
Claude
that.
Rains just serving left, right, and center. I love Claude Rains showing up in the movie because I'm just like, yes, everyone relax, it's fine, he's got this, we're fine.
I very much a Turner Classic Movies kid growing up, so
so you understand.
I've seen it a couple times.
Yeah. Very good movie. Modern Times I also watched. Charlie Chaplin, Modern Times. Lots of more other good stuff, but no trains. No trains in this one. Charlie Chaplin wasn't much of a train guy, but
What are you gonna do?
He is a big shoes guy, which I appreciate. So nothing funnier than having a guy walk around in big shoes.
I'm always saying that, yeah.
Big shoes.
Big shoes.
Big shoes.
Stop. And I also rewatched Moonstruck the other night because you gotta. And,
I still need to see that.
I would love to watch it anytime. I have the Criterion edition.
Wonderful.
So I'm happy to share high-res, beautifully remastered images of Nicolas Cage's hairy chest with all and sundry. And John Mahoney. It's always nice to see John Mahoney. I'm still working on my Decades project with movies, which is why I watched a bunch of movies from the 20s and 30s. I stopped by the library today and picked up these three, which the listener can't see. They are Rebecca and Holiday and Harvey, another Jimmy Stewart one. The one where he has an imaginary rabbit as a best friend.
I just saw James Stewart in bold letters, and I was like, a movie about James Stewart just called James Stewart. Neat.
James Stewart. No, that's Harvey right there. And these are movies that are not currently on any streaming services, so I was scouring with the DVDs in my local branch just to see if I could get lucky, and I did.
Nice.
So, anyway, that's what I've seen.
Love to get a DVD from the library, I won't lie.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a great feeling.
I hope you liked that Succession talk, because I've also been watching Succession. I promise I'm not about to do our whole speech twice. But, like, goddamn, man. There's only, wait, hold on. Are there, 3 episodes left at the time of recording?
4?
4?
Maybe?
Okay.
Sure. And this is the last season, yeah?
And Justin Kirk hasn't shown up yet, and I'm dying inside. Anyway.
Sorry. Who?
Justin Kirk, who plays the awful, in this show, he plays the awful fascist Republican candidate for presidency, who is actually, unfortunately, cognitive dissonance-wise, love of my life, because I had a crush on him while I was watching Weeds, and also he plays Prior Walter in the HBO adaptation of Things in America, and is currently playing a young gay Hamilton Burger on the Perry Mason HBO show, which nobody told me about. I had to find that out by myself, and now I'm angry that I didn't start this. Anyway, I love him.
I very much absolutely know the main cast of that show, but there are, to be fair, so many side characters.
Yes.
That I don't always register.
Totally fair.
In the given moment. Except for, of course, Stephen Root.
Yes.
whose delightful continued presence
showed up randomly a few episodes ago. I was like, I forgot he was on this show. Delightful.
I was telling a different friend, there's a podcast I used to listen to. I believe it is largely defunct. I certainly haven't seen a new episode from it in a while. That would interview smaller character actors, your definition of that, whatever it may be, about their careers. And he did have Stephen Root on, and there was a lot of talk about King of the Hill and all that jazz, which is great, because I love Stephen Root. And hit him with the question, hey, so what about you makes producers think Republican?
Harsh.
He was just like, I don't know. I think it's that I'm from Florida. But anyway, between his Barry character, his Succession character, King of the Hill, etc.,
I love to see
my man plays some real scumbags. Not to say that Bill Dodrieve is a scumbag. I don't mean to imply that at all. But he plays some unsavory types, is all I'm saying.
It's true.
Anyway, love Succession. Obviously, at the time of recording, our most recent episode, I'm part of the cast now, was the balcony, what was the name of the episode? Was
Tailgate Party.
Tailgate Party. It wasn't pre-gaming. That's silly.
Right, less ridiculous than Tailgate. Whatever you just fucking said.
Yeah. Damn good television. That's the only TV show I've been watching, even though I have a TV podcast. My bad.
Mood.
Saw Baby's first episode of Leverage the other day, though, for Syndicated, the TV podcast that I run. Yeah, that fun.
I have not seen Leverage in a hot minute, but that was another one I watched with my folks when I was in high school. The original series.
Yeah. That being said, it's movie time. I am exercising so much restraint because I'm only doing movies that I watched in April and the beginning of May.
Okay.
Because prior to that, I watched 25 movies in the month of March.
Fair enough.
Rock on.
Yeah, sorry.
Well, as previously discussed in our last episode, I watched 30 movies, and Helena watched 33, so we talked about a lot of fucking movies and spent 2 hours doing it. So,
sorry, I didn't
understand.
realize that was fucking amateur hour.
I mean, it happens, I get it.
Yeah.
I looked down my letterbox, and I just kind of went, oh no.
Oops.
I gotta do something else. I gotta go outside. Anyway, so, trying to keep this list short. I watched The Fog, which rips.
Yep, thank you, John.
Thank you, John. Thank you, our friend, John Carpenter, who is our grandfather and smokes weed.
Yep.
And
I
plays
like
video
Assassin's
games.
Creed. What was that?
And plays video games. Very nice.
Yep, and plays video games.
My man loves an Assassin's Creed.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
The Fog rules. Just cheesy. Just cheesy little horror. I loved it.
But has some real moments where you're like, whoa, fuck!
Yeah. Oh, no, plenty of that, for sure. But yeah, it's, I say this completely respectfully. Love this guy. One of his cornier ones. Yeah,
I would say so. It's not like, it is not a Halloween or The Thing, but it is something that I am like, there's something about it I am very fond of. Or, like, Prince of Darkness, even, which is, actually I said that loud, there's some corniness in Prince of Darkness, but Prince of Darkness,
Prince of Darkness, pretty...
Mostly on the acting.
Yeah, the gross out of it all, I think, detracts from how silly it is.
Yeah, as we were saying, though, like, you can see that The Fog is, like, on a similar theme to Prince of Darkness. Yeah.
Helen and I made an observation while we were watching it that it was, I said, initially I said this feels like a first pass at Prince of Darkness, and I retracted that because I felt like that was some bad framing. But that it feels like it's kind of covering the same territory in terms of like, we are in a fucked up location that we can't leave right now. We're kind of trapped in a building. There's an old curse here. The church is literally built on top of a mistake. He's doing some stuff with lighting that feels similar to what he's doing in Prince of Darkness, but it's light through fog instead of light through that green ooze. Mm-hmm. It's close.
It's a couple of takes on a similar theme, where like you can see that like maybe he was spending some time like he did that, and I was like, I think I want to do this again, but a little bit different. Yeah,
for sure. I watched the movie Sorcerer, which is, speaking of William Friedkin, which you mentioned earlier.
Yes.
I hear that movie mentioned a lot, Sorcerer specifically. All I knew is that it was a thriller directed by the same guy who brought us The Exorcist.
That's right.
And that's a thriller brought to us by the same guy who directed The Exorcist, huh?
Yes, it is. I saw this movie in college, as we were saying before, because I was going through my phase where I watched movies with Roy Scheider in them, and all I remember is the bridge scene. I remember the beginning and the end at the bar, and I remember the bridge scene, because the bridge scene was like...
The bridge scene is so tense.
Extremely intense, but I would like to revisit it.
William Friedkin likes two things. It's a Terminator's favorite activity. William Friedkin likes two things, and that's to start movies in the Middle East. And
you like texted me that after you watched the movie. You like, told me that.
Funny.
And you're right. You're not wrong.
And he loves an extended dialogue-less shot that makes you feel so bad.
I need to watch this movie. I'm so tempted to do it like after we finish recording, but I don't think I'll have enough time.
I'm not doing anything tomorrow.
I am. I'm getting a tattoo tomorrow.
Oh, that's fair. It's very good. It's very tense. The bridge scene that Helena is referring to there is a moment where the tension finally pops. I'm not going to tell you what happened. It got an audible gasp out of me. I put my hand over my mouth like someone stole pearls from me.
You love a movie where you audibly gasp aloud.
That was me during the balcony scene in Succession. Anyway.
Yeah. I was completely alone at like 1:30 in the morning, and I straight up went,
That happened to me recently, but I don't remember what I was watching.
Anyway, yeah, very good. Real grimy fucking movie. I love
tasty.
when movies from the 70s are about dudes sweating.
They don't do that shit anymore, and it's embarrassing.
We've had that conversation multiple times, you and I,
So
Maddie,
many
about like, man,
times.
dudes were so sweaty before 1985.
Yep. And I think they should bring it back.
They
Sweaty,
should bring it back.
hairy, and just we need to bring
Yep.
it back. We need to
Thank you.
come around full circle.
Rewatch Snowpiercer. Liked it a little less the second time. I think it's got some great set design. That script is kind of clunky.
Yeah, I liked that movie a lot, but I think when I saw your review about the script being kind of clunky, I'm like, yeah, I feel like that's a movie that hinges a little bit on like your first viewing experience.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's got some really great stuff and some stuff that's just kind of like, yeah, this is fine.
There is, at the end of the day, a lot of exposition to get out to that audience.
Yep.
And I don't think it comes across super cleanly.
Nope.
But, again, phenomenal set design. So,
Yep.
What can you say, really?
And an interesting concept.
Oh, yeah, by far. I do want to read the original manga comic. Sorry, they're called comics. But it is in French. So, you know.
Comique.
Is there a translation?
I don't know.
That might be worth digging around. I'd be interested to read the original, too.
Yeah. I'm also half curious what that FX TV show that was Snowpiercer for TV.
Yeah,
Was
I
like-
don't know. I heard it was kind of like another one where it was like, this is not really worth your time.
It was very much a thing that when the project was announced, my response was, "Oh, oh, why?"
There was someone I really liked who was
Yeah.
on it. Who was that?
It's David Diggs.
David Diggs was on it.
There's somebody. It's
Is he-
David. There was a lot of like bigger names, and I was like, why are you on this?
Oh, is he not the main guy? I assumed he was.
He's the main guy,
he's one
but
of
there
them.
was-
There's a couple of other. It doesn't matter. We can move on while I
I'm
go on
looking.
IMDb. Okay, great. We can go on while you're looking this up.
Okay, cool. I'm closing my window then.
Sean
Three
Bean's
IMD
on it.
That's what it was. I was like, Sean
Oh.
Bean, why are you on this fucking show?
And
oh,
Jennifer
that's right.
Connelly.
Yeah, like
Is
what?
Sean Bean John Hurt's character or Ed Harris's character?
Couldn't tell you. What are their names?
I think he's supposed to be like big guy in charge.
Let me look up the movie.
It's Wilford. Wilford is the big bad.
I don't think
No.
he's that dude specifically. I think he's like a related concept.
God, why does
Yeah.
the IMDb search engine suck so
But
bad?
I feel like the
Okay.
idea is that he was like allied with the protagonist. It was kind of like an unlikely partnership thing. This is entirely stuff I have heard from like the internet when this show was coming out.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Anyway,
Anyway.
I don't think there's a one-to-one for all of the characters. I think it's a
Oh,
different name.
yeah,
Different-
it
not different
wasn't
characters.
like the same. It wasn't like a remake or anything. It wasn't the same characters. It was like in that universe.
oh, okay. I just assumed it was a direct adaptation again.
Nay.
But in an extended format. Anywho, rewatched Michael Mann's Thief, the synthist movie to ever exist. Michael Mann loves to film wet pavement in LA and then blast some synth music over it.
Fair enough.
And I will love it every time he does it.
Mhm.
I love it in Collateral. I love it in Heat. I love it in Thief. That's all I have to say on the matter.
Do you like it in
Uh,
Manhunter?
I do like it in Manhunter.
Good,
but-
okay.
I like when
It's-
in Legado La Vida blasts louder than the synths.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! I should rewatch Manhunter.
You should rewatch Manhunter. It's coming back to Criterion, I think.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah. No. I like. Oh god. That's.
yeah.
Sorry.
He's made a
it's
few good
movie.
movies, hasn't he? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Speaking of Succession, by the way, that's Brian Cox as Hannibal Lecter.
That's right.
Fuck off.
Being all weird in a jail cell.
Watched Triangle of Sadness, an Oscar nom from last year. I thought it was okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. I see your shaky hand, Helena.
Yeah.
I thought I had a very compelling half hour in the middle.
Yeah.
Harris.
Dickinson is a very fun actor. I didn't realize that I watched See How They Run before I watched Triangle of Sadness, which I also wasn't crazy about. But
Oh.
Harris Dickinson plays a young Richard Attenborough in See How They Run.
Doesn't he?
And I didn't realize it was the same actor because he was doing a very different. He was still being extremely British in both of them, but he was being much more posh in See How They Run. I didn't realize it was the same actor. So I think he's very good, and I'm excited to see what he does next.
Yeah,
but
it's very much a popular topic these days, so I can't fault it too much. But I didn't think there was anything in Triangle of Sadness, Triangle of Sadness's satire that wasn't already in Succession and White Lotus. So anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, watched Annihilation, the Oscar Isaac Natalie Portman sci-fi horror movie from a couple years ago. Didn't realize that was a straight up horror movie. Had a blast.
Based on the
visuals.
book?
Based on the book, yeah.
We talked about that on Chaos and Stereo, yeah?
Oh, yes, we did. Yeah. So, yeah, I thought it was going to be more like the book and be more kind of, I don't know, trippier, I guess. No, that's a straight up horror movie, man.
Yeah. It's very
There's
cool.
some real nasty kills in that one. I had the pleasure of watching in 35mm at the Hollywood movie theater, The Taking of Pelham 123, which I consider one of the greatest movies of the 70s.
Good. Yep, so good. Worth seeing on a big screen.
There was one point in which I kind of became... Maddie, I don't even think I shared this with you. I kind of got a little overwhelmed by the magic of film.
No, this is new to me.
There was something about one of the outdoor shots, I don't know, and like the cigarette burns like popping in the top right hand corner of the screen, and like the fuzz of it all, where I was like, wow, we really managed to figure out a way to capture light and color, and we've used it to advance the medium of storytelling and all that jazz. And I had like a weird moment. I'm like, wow, Phil.
Fair enough.
I just kind of started getting real misty about the power of cinema, and that we figured out how projection works. Good for us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well done.
Also, I love Charles Excuse me?
That's
What?
right.
That's not who's in that movie.
No.
Somebody was
Please.
thinking about the other Muppet movie
The Muppet
we watched
Caper.
fairly recently.
Oh, that's very funny. Sorry. Feel free to cut that.
I mean, I do love Charles Grodin. I understand.
I know. I agree.
All right. The reason I get them mixed up is because they were in Elaine May's first and second movie. So it's a
That's
New
right.
Leaf and Heartbreak Kid.
Heartbreak Kid.
And I mix up who's in which one. That's why. Anyway, Taking Pelham 123 is a blast.
Yep.
Rewatched The Irishman, which I got from the Criterion Collection. I'm gonna speed this up a little bit, I promise. Y'all, that movie's 4 hours long and it's great.
So good.
Watched Lost Highway, because the Criterion Collection is doing David Lynch movies. Helena, you've leaned in, which implies you want to hear more.
We've talked about that. It's
a David Lynch movie.
Yeah.
I'm glad he's out there. I appreciate what he's doing. I like watching his movies. As I said to you before we started recording, I don't know if I understood enough of what happened that I can give a review.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm
I
glad
have to
he's
think
making
about
it.
it. Yeah.
I do have to think about it.
Everybody was like, this is my Mulholland Drive. Not everybody. There's some people on who I follow on Letterboxd who think this is my Mulholland Drive. And I was like, I think Mulholland Drive is my Mulholland Drive. I have to be honest with you. So that's still going to be the one that I fuck with the most. Or maybe they were saying about Inland Empire too, because they're also, I think Lost Highway, Mulholland Drive, and Inland Empire are kind of like this unofficial trilogy about how much Hollywood sucks. And
So
just
true.
in general. Even though Lost Highways, he's like a jazz musician, whatever. There's still actors involved.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a very weird, very strange film. Beautiful to look at.
Yeah. Creepy. Some great visuals. Some great performances. But all I'm saying is that I can tell you what happened in Blue Velvet.
Yes.
And I don't know if I can tell you what happened in Lost Highway.
No.
Watched Lost in America. I have been watching the Albert Brooks comedies of the 70s and 80s and 90s, including also Defending Your Life. Is that the title? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Real Life, which is my favorite so far. Hey, some of them hit more than others. I think they're all pretty good. I think they're all pretty good fun time. Watched American Movie, which I didn't realize was a documentary until I got halfway through it. Sorry, didn't realize it wasn't a mockumentary until I got halfway through it.
Roger.
I thought it was a bit until I realized it was sincere. which is about a guy who lives out in the Midwest and is trying to make basically trying to make low budget horror movies. And it's about him recruiting his community to make low budget horror movies and kind of like the obsession with creativity that he has. I think it was a fun watch, and I think it had a lot to say, and I liked it a lot. Watched the Florida Project, made me cry. Watched Fugitive, showed it to Maddie. That movie rips. Love Tommy Lee Jones.
Yep.
Saw Twister for the first time, and therefore our friend Alan Ruck, Connor Roy. And rewatched Creed, which I hadn't seen since it came out in theaters. Powered through those last couple of ones because I spent too much time talking about taking a Pelham 1, 2, 3. But
now we have to.
We got kind of lost in the weeds in a few of those sections, which is unfortunately just kind of how it is on the show, especially when we have a guest on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oops. Uh-oh.
My primary
we'll be all right.
Alan Ruck media is still Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Oh yes, of course.
So,
but it's nice to see him through the decades.
I'm very excited to watch Twister someday because I know that cast is incredible.
It's so fun.
Yeah.
As I have said on this show more than a Twister. More than once, this is my horror movie. I cannot believe that there are tornadoes that get 2.5 miles wide. But I do think Twister is very fun.
Yeah. Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah.
I love Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Great.
Oh, Creed's okay. By the way.
Scream. Scream. Where do you even start? I guess do we want to start going through? The thing is, it's been a while since I've seen 2, 3, and 4, so I don't remember the details of them very well. So you guys got me? Great.
Yeah, we're gesturing, listeners. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Great news, Maddie. I watched all of those fuckers last month.
Yeah.
And so did Helena. So
yeah, cheers.
Who just dabbed.
Late March, because I was marathoning them all, as we remember, just in time to see Scream 6 in theaters with my friends.
Correct.
So I watched 2 a day.
Yeah. I remember 2 better than 3 and 4. But also, if we could talk about the others, then you guys will probably say things and I'll be like, oh, I remember that now. Because that's how my memory works. So, and I have not seen Scream 6. I'll see it eventually. I'm kind of putting it off because I was so disappointed in Scream 5. But
it is better than Scream 5.
Which you told me that, which has made me more like, yeah, I'll watch it. But I'm also just kind of like, I don't know. I could watch a movie that I want to watch instead.
Yes,
generally, is my response.
Always true. I'm assuming this section will be somewhat spoiler heavy. Yes, for the listeners.
Yep, I think if you have not seen any of the Scream movies or want to and care about the spoilers, this is maybe not the time for you. Come back later. If you have seen them or don't care about seeing them or don't care about spoilers, you're good. Let's go.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I've mentioned this to Maddie in the past. Both when we do our behind the scenes episodes for Parascience and also surely on our streaming show as well. Which is that I, for the longest time, was not a slasher person, despite being a horror person. Horror.
Trauma.
We have spent the past 2 Chaos and Stereos being very aware of the way that we say horror.
Unfortunately, my Boston Irish heritage pops up only when I say the word horror.
And I'm from Oregon, and that doesn't really impact how I say it, but I am very aware of the way, because I've been saying it so much recently. Horror. Where if you say it quickly enough and are not paying attention, it just sounds like you're saying whore.
Yeah.
Well, you can thank Grandfather Edward Duffy for that one.
Well done.
That's great.
Yeah, thanks, Gramps.
Anyway, Ben.
I just wasn't a slasher guy. I just couldn't do the knives to skin angle of horror. I can do monster movies. I could do ghost stories. Loved Haunting a Hill House, that kind of stuff. But I straight up couldn't do slashers. Scream was my entry point into slashers, and now I'm 100% weirdly fine with them.
Yeah.
Now, except for Texas Chainsaw, can't touch that one yet. But arguably, that's not a slasher now, is it?
No.
It's a
what is it?
kind of movie. I mean, it is a slasher, but it's not a knife.
I mean, it's in many ways it is in formula. It could be considered a slasher, but it's so much more.
I very much want to see it, but that's something where we started watching it. Ben was like, "Nope, I'm good." And I was like, "That's fair. You want to watch The Fog?" And we did.
Yeah. Hey, look, the opening shot to that movie shows some real fucked up flesh, and I was like, actually, I think I'm okay with this. Yeah.
Ben, have you seen the original Black Christmas?
No, I've nay. Hey, all right, yeah, I'll add it.
Yes, both of us just made such a face. I need to see it again. I haven't seen it since I saw it with you, and I would like to see it again soon.
Yes, I really love that movie.
It's very
that
good.
was kind of like a thing for me where I had a similar experience watching that you had while watching Scream, where I was like, oh, I love slashers now. But I did see Scream once when I was in college, and or something like that, and I guess I didn't have. I don't know if I was like as into horror back then, so I guess I was like, I don't know.
Sorry, finish your story.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
I caught the last 10 minutes of Scream like at a party, like a Halloween party, years before I watched it, and so I saw the part where like she comes out of the closet, in the Ghostface situation, and like, yeah, congrats, Sydney, and then like shoots him in the head and stuff. Like, I saw that kind of like the conclusion of the movie, and I was like, is this Scream? I don't know anything about these, whatever. So I was really excited to eventually watch Scream and like have any context for the end of the movie. But I never had something where it was like, outside of like ghosts and stuff, which I've talked about a bunch on this show, and Chaos and Stereo, like ghosts, demons, stuff like that. Once I got into horror, it was just like, all right, doors open, here we go. I never had that moment where slashers were an issue. I don't know why. My whole horror experience is just like, I don't know why that like things were suddenly fine, but
yeah, I don't know what it is for me too, but I feel like I've been like slowly walking into a pool or whatever, like going down the steps into a swimming pool.
Yeah.
Where I just try like, all right, can I do
this?
Can I do like fucked up ghost stories? Oh, okay, yeah, no, this is fine. The water's warm. And then yeah, slashers, I guess, is one of my last barriers, I guess. But yeah, I don't know what it is. Whether it was the fact that it's all like kind of framed as a mystery, whether
I do love that aspect of it.
Me too.
Yeah.
Where you're spending the whole time trying to figure out like who is Ghostface.
Yeah, I think probably it's that it's a genre hybrid.
Yeah,
you know, whether that hybrided genre is the fact that it's also partially a comedy, a mystery, and a thriller. You know, I think it's I think it was a nice transition point for me from stuff like Shining to stuff like, you know, Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, I also think it has really good set pieces too. I like a horror movie with, and it's a movie in general with really good set pieces. So I love the fact that there's that, like, the last 30-40% of the movie takes place in this one house, and it's and that season, like this season 2, the second Scream movie has this little great sequence in the with Dewey and Gale in like the film recording, like the film studio at the college campus, and it's all like, and also with like they're doing a Greek play, and so they have these like huge columns everywhere on set, and then like
hell, even the sorority house in the beginning.
Yeah, and the sorority house in the beginning, and Scream 3 has a bunch of different cool set pieces. So does Scream 4. Scream 6 has a really great thing on the one train.
Hey,
there's a lot of fun New York in jokes in that movie, which were making me very stressed out. Because as I took the 2 and the 1 are the trains that I used to take to get to work. And my experience of the one train was that like 9 times out of 10 there would be no air conditioning. So and we were like talking to each other after the movie. We were like, they didn't need to do that. They didn't need to get on the one train and go all the way down there. They could have gotten on the express train and got off there and then taken the one there. They didn't need to get separated like that. It just didn't need to happen.
Embarrassing.
But they're newbies. They're figuring out
Cringe.
their train route still. So
yeah.
Anyway, love a good set piece and a good mystery too. And you know who else I love? What else I love? I love Dewey.
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 Our boy, our sweet boy.
I don't know.
Great, and also like the like reoccurring characters of Gale, Sid, and Dewey are all like
Sid's
charming.
Amazing.
I love her. I love a final girl,
wife.
and Sid is like my final girl. Like,
yeah,
I love
she's
them all.
incredibly
Right?
badass.
But, yeah, she's great.
And it's a great performance too. Like people don't. I think it doesn't get talked enough about that because it's like because of the type of movies that they are. But it is incredibly difficult to pull off that kind of emotional, that heightened emotional state for that long, convincingly. And Neve Campbell not only does it well and convincingly, where you're not just like, oh, she's so annoying. You're like, yeah, I mean, I 100% believe her all the time. She also like. Not to be like shallow, but she looks beautiful when she does it, like all the time. I never see a single Scream movie where I'm like, she's really letting it go. No, I'm like, no, Campbell. There she is.
Like she's a stunner.
Beautiful, beautiful and talented. The whole package.
Yeah,
yeah. I think because this was like again a transition point for me from from a genre deeper into a different part of the genre. I think I've definitely like latched onto it. Far more than I have any other. Sorry, Michael Myers. But like, Ghostface, that's my guy.
Yeah. And like, what did you say? We were watching Scream, Ghostface eats shit or whatever.
Ghostface loves eating shit.
I love it when
and that's
that
the
happens.
thing is, I one of the things I love about Ghostface versus the other killers is there's like this level of like omnipotence or like invulnerability. Like it's really hard for them to until like the very end. Like, and that's the point, right? Is that like
I mean, one of them's literally a dream demon.
Yeah, is they are a hurricane. They're a natural force. There's nothing you can do about them. They're the John Wick of the horror series. There's nothing you can do to stop them.
They're the Twister of their tiny suburban town.
Right.
Meanwhile,
but the thing about Ghostface is they're just like a fucking guy, or a gal in some cases. They're just a fucking, like, normie who happens to have, like, a murderous intent, which means that sometimes they get fucking tripped and fall on their ass.
Yeah.
I mean,
really funny.
that has to be something that Defang did for me. I mean, I know I already mentioned, like, the comedic aspects overall, but, like, I don't know, the kind of internal feeling of, like, I could take this clown.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, maybe it isn't all that scary after all.
Because, I mean, as often, like, when Ghostface, when there's a new murder sequence, it's not always guaranteed that Ghostface is going to win. Which I think is, like, the opening sequence to the first one is so fucking intense, but he's still eating it in that sequence, too. And making it, like, whenever something happens,
outside.
Like, he's, like, making sounds. Like, you're like, okay, this is a person. This is not, like, a specter or a phantom. Like, one of the things about Halloween that I think makes Halloween very scary is that we know that Michael Myers is a person, but he doesn't act like a person. He kind of does act like a phantom or a ghost that's kind of just shows up and is unkillable and doesn't, but Ghostface is such a person.
Yeah.
That it does
defang
the scare a little bit and make it more tolerable, even when it is like in that opening sequence so intense.
Yeah. Michael literally doesn't have an expression. He's just got neither does Ghostface, but Ghostface does it through so much body language with like the way he does the knife cleaning thing, the obviously his personality comes through on the phone.
Or like in the first movie when he taps on the window and like shakes the keys at Sydney. Like it's a little bit like a Freddy thing where there's kind of a mockery, right?
Yeah.
But
it's real malice.
Yeah. But there's also like a humor to it in that he's teasing you. Which like Jason and Michael don't have. Which is it makes him a little bit less. I don't find Freddy very scary.
No.
Really.
Yeah.
And I think it's because there's a humor to him where I'm just like, this is like, whatever, man.
Yeah. I mean, that's what, again, with Scream being kind of my first scratch on a new car. That's why when I checked out like Freddy, like later, I was, what an ass. No, when I checked out Freddy later, I was like, oh, this isn't that bad. He's just a goofball.
Well, and there's something
who
about like
happens
the
to be a child
characters.
murderer.
Yes,
Cancelled.
which we don't condone. Yeah.
No.
What?
I mean, I don't know. We're having a.
Wait, did you actually not hear what we said?
No, I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, I said he's kind of a goofball, and then I paused for a second and said, "Who's a child murderer?" Sorry.
He's canceled. We're canceling Freddy Krueger
Problematic.
on this podcast. Yeah, he's problematic. Just a tiny.
Right,
bit.
but the other ones are fine. The other ones are okay.
No,
Yeah,
but
well,
like
Michael Myers and so Freddy Krueger, fuck Freddy Krueger.
Right.
Michael Myers and Jason are less socialized too. You know,
I mean,
they're like
Jason, this is a
Jason.
weird. Wow, this is a weird thing I'm about to say. I find Michael's the scariest one for me. Jason, I find like less scary because, like, yeah, he's he's probably a ghost. It's a little unclear. But two, I'm like, on some level, I like almost feel bad for him, and then I'm like, wait, he like murders teens. But Michael's just fucked up, and he's just like a dude.
he's
I
like a
don't know.
dude.
Michael scares me more than the others.
But he's scary, but they're like less socialized.
He's just a
than
dude in a
Ghostface.
scary way.
Yeah,
I mean, Michael was normally socialized before he started killing people, and then he went
Before.
to jail.
yeah, and was in a mental institution for a long time.
Like 20
Correct.
years. But yes,
Yeah.
but he killed his sister when he was like 6. He had normal socialization before he started doing murders about it.
Not very long.
just because this comes up between Maddie and I sometimes, Michael, Michael, don't.
My point is that
Anyway.
the Ghostface killers are a little bit more.
Yes.
They're less scary to me, also because they are just like people with incredibly stupid motivations, but they're like, because of the satirical bend to the Scream movies, they're like, I'm doing this, like Timothy Olyphant in Scream 2, who's like,
Yeah.
I'm doing this, and my defense is going to be that like Quentin Tarantino movies made me violent or something. He brings up Tarantino in the scene where they're all talking about film, and you're like, this is the one. But they're like adults who just are like, I want to kill somebody, and I'm going to have this persona, take on this persona in order to do it.
Yeah.
It's less like phantom-y and less psycho. I mean, they are psychopaths, but like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it is not to say, not to go back to what I said, but like, I could take these clowns.
Yeah.
You know, they're some losers.
Frequently,
They're losers
Yeah.
every
just
time.
like, wow, you are a fucking dork. The guy in Scream 3, I'm just like, you are such a piece of shit. You're just a loser.
You're just some rando.
Yeah.
I always think about Stu in Scream 1, where she's like, yeah, I called the cops, and he's like, my mom and dad are gonna be so mad at me!
Fucking
Yeah,
amazing delivery.
They're all losers.
One of my favorite behind the scenes facts about the first one is that, whatever point, like, when she's talking to Stu on the phone, and then, like, Billy picks it up or something, and then, like, the phone, like, slips out of his hand because his hands were so bloody, but that was unintentional. It didn't mean for that to happen, and it falls, and it whacks Matthew Lillard in the head. He's like, ow! It's like, they kept it in because the phone just slipped out of Skeeter Orch's hand.
That's so funny.
Incredible performance. Whatever Matthew Lillard, who wandered into this audition randomly, did not intend to show up to this audition, just went with his girlfriend to a casting call, and then just like happened to go in and was like, yeah, I auditioned, and they're like, do you want to be in this movie? Fucking king shit.
He's so good. They're all so good. Like, it's
incredible.
It's a great cast.
Well,
Yeah.
obviously, we're highlighting the comedic elements, of which there are plenty. Because there's nothing Ghostface loves more than to absolutely eat shit.
Eat shit.
There is nothing that guy loves more than a full slapstick body flip over somebody else.
When Billy fell down the fucking stairs and you just turned to me and whispered Ghostface loves to eat shit.
Yeah. There is a moment where Billy, outside of the costume, like absolutely bites it walking down some stairs. Oh, it's after he gets stabbed.
Yeah.
By Ghostface, and
you don't know he's Ghostface yet. Yeah.
Reaching out toward Sydney, and he like falls down the stairs or whatever. I did lean over to Maddie. I'm like, man, Ghostface loves eating shit.
He just loves it. It's his favorite thing.
So fun.
We're emphasizing all the comedic aspects.
Yes, yes.
Of which there are plenty, and that is what I adore about these movies is the tonal contrast between horrifying things that are happening and the goofs, and the goofs that aren't just like, sorry once again, Freddy, but the goofs that aren't just puns, or anything like that. Like, it's funny circumstantially, not just funny like, what did one knife say to the other knife?
Knife to meet you.
Yeah, knife to meet you. Thank you, Maddie. Got the punchline.
Ooh.
The bit at the end of the first movie, in which Billy and Stu are psyching each other up and stabbing each other, is, I think, some very effective horror.
Yeah.
Nothing creeps me out more than when the two of them are, to borrow a political term, like, mask off, and like hyping each other up, like, come on, just, stay to the side and don't go too deep, and like doing this weird, like, I don't know, it feels ritualistic and gross.
Yeah.
Some effective fucking horror. Like, those guys are, I mean, I know I've just been calling them like loser clowns who,
but they're loser clowns who are like killing people and have been doing a pretty good job of it until the end.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
In Scream 1, they've killed 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh man, I'm losing track of people.
Sid's mom.
Casey,
so
the
Sydney's
boyfriend,
mom.
Sid's mom.
The Drew Barrymore, the boyfriend. Dewey's sister.
Oh yeah.
The
cameraman.
The cameraman.
The principal. Henry Winkler.
The principal.
Barry?
I feel like we're missing somebody. It doesn't matter,
so.
But they've killed a lot of people.
They've killed 6 people.
Yeah.
That's not nothing.
No.
Yeah.
No, of course not. No. Most.
And brutally, too. Like...
Yeah. They assaulted Sydney's mom and killed her.
Yeah.
It
is... That is kind of a... I mean, look, I love these movies. That is kind of a distasteful aspect of...
Yeah, I did not enjoy that. My in-universe, I'm guessing that part of the reason they... Anyway, I don't need to go into it, but the point is that a human being wrote these movies and they didn't need to write it like that. Yeah, I didn't enjoy that part, but the point is like, despite the fact that they're goofballs and they love to eat shit, like, also it's pretty nasty what they've done, and they've gotten away with it for a minute. Like, they killed Sydney's mom a year before any of the other stuff started happening, and somebody else was about to be executed for it. Like, ugh.
Yeah. And there's a similar scene between the two of them that happened, not the two of them, but a similar scene to that, like them hyping each other up to stab each other in Scream 4 between Emma Roberts and Rory Culkin's characters as well, which does not end in the same way that it ends in the first one, much to Rory Culkin's tragedy. But, oh well.
Shout out Rory Culkin.
I really thought it was going to happen there for a second with him and the chick from Heroes, but he doesn't deserve her, so sorry.
What a 2010 project, huh?
She looks great in that movie, Hayden Panettiere. And I was kind of sad that she was supposed to be straight.
I forgot that she was in that movie.
But I was surprised and disappointed. But that's okay, she's great in it. She comes back. She makes a reappearance in Scream 6. So, Hayden Panettiere fans,
another win for you.
See it.
Yeah,
another win for the gays.
Yep.
Yeah. There were some other effective set pieces in this most recent one too, involving a ladder. And that's it. That's all I'll say. That's all I can remember right now, too, in terms of set pieces.
Okay, fair enough.
I do remember who the killer was, but I won't say it because we have some people who have not seen Scream 6 on this podcast.
Yeah.
I think one of the things, speaking of the later Screams, and I know I talked about this on the previous episode, I think, on a previous episode where we talked about Scream 5, or Scream 2022, as it were. 2020? Yeah. Anyway. is the obviously Scream started kind of as a, I don't know if parody is the word I want, but as something like that of the slasher genre. Obviously Scream 1 and the later Screams have so many references to slasher movies and what to expect from them. That is why Randy is there, and unfortunately I am becoming a Randy about horror movies. That is something that you and I were both saying there, like, oh no, we are the Randy of Scream movies. Whoops.
Whoopsie.
And that is, like, the point, right? And I feel like we got to Scream 5 and they were trying to do that again with the, like...
Twins.
The re-sequels or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They were trying to do, like, we're doing a re-sequel of Scream and we're gonna make a parody of that. And I was like, I think maybe there was a way to do that and this was not it. But also, I don't know if you necessarily needed to do something like that because... like, generally, re-sequels are not very good, and by making one, you've kind of, like, fallen into that trap. Also, they killed Dewey, and I will never forgive them.
Reasonably. Okay, so, like, I talk about this with my writing partner and stream partner and friend, Glory. Glory Duda.
Yeah.
Check her out.
Am a fan.
A lot, which is that, like, art exists in the time in which it was created. And yeah, Scream's art. Fuck you.
Of course,
but no, like media, whatever, broadly. Media exists in the time that it was created, and we very much live in an era in which, the studios, obviously, fearing risk of telling new stories, are kind of stuck in a pattern of revitalizing or just straight up resurrecting intellectual property that they think will make interesting franchises, right? For a very long time, it was existing franchises that they just, started making Star Wars 7, 8, and 9 to. And now I've noticed a recent trend where they're just straight up making sequels to standalone movies that weren't franchises at all. Very excited for Twister 2, Twisters.
Every time you remind me there's going to be another Twister, I just, like...
Is that for real?
Yeah.
What is there to continue on? Like, I don't know.
Twisters?
More Twisters?
But
to be fair, what was there to continue?
Just
you're both so bad.
Here's my... This is like when we talked about, like, when they're like, Disney... I can't remember when this was, if this was actually before the fifth or sixth the fifth Pirates of the Caribbean movie, or it was after... But there's a rumor here. Disney is hoping to reboot its Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. It's like, wait, it just ended. Don't just make another pirate series. People would love to see a different pirate series. There's a whole time
the pirate
because of
series
how
the first time.
They did. There's a whole period of time where, because of how badly Cutthroat Island did, that everybody was like, oh, the people, they hate the pirates. And everybody was like, no, we love the pirates when the pirates are in good movies. But when they are in bad movies, we don't like it. The studios refuse to learn the lesson that actually people can be somewhat discerning when it comes to quality and be like, I like to see new original pirates doing original pirate stuff and not just the same franchise rebooted over and over and over again when it literally just finished. That's the thing about Twisters. Natural disaster movies were a big thing for a long period of time. And now it's kind of turned more, for a while it was turning more into just like total apocalyptic, like end of the world stuff because of, climate change fears and such. I get.
Yeah.
But Twister and all of those, just make another natural disaster movie. I think that people would enjoy just an original. You don't have to make it a sequel, especially now that like Bill Paxton has died. Philip Seymour Hoffman is no longer with us either. It's like,
I got great news for you, Helena. No members of the original cast have been asked back.
So what's the
Which
fucking
really
point?
does beg the question, what is the point?
Because we are living in a post-movie star world where everyone's just like, we don't give a shit. We don't care about the actors. We don't care about the cast. We'll just pull random people who don't belong in any movies to be...
Yeah.
Hate everything. I hope that the writers destroy the studios in this most recent writers' strike.
I agree.
Fucking kill them.
Solidarity with them.
I hope they burn it down.
I know that they are in service to... The studios are also in service to fucking Wall Street right now, so actually just, like, murder Wall Street, burn it down, but, like...
Yeah. Kill it all.
More specifically,
sure,
just
but
like,
also the
I
execs can go
I
too.
hope they win. I hope the writers win.
I hope they tear it apart with their hands.
Solidarity to the WGA.
Agreed.
Anyway, I'm so mad. I love Scream, though.
I love Scream.
Let me continue that thought also. Actually, real quick, I'm going to repeat what I thought was a very funny joke I wrote on Twitter, but I'm going to repeat it again. Memento 2. He forgot again.
You're right. That was very funny. Well done.
Thanks. Only got 2 likes.
Well, here's 2 more.
Thank you. Anyway, now we're just straight up remaking movies that have... Gladiator 2 is the other one. Fuck off.
No,
I forgot about that, too. Like I don't understand
None of
what
the original cast, Helena.
I know, but Barry Keoghan.
Yeah. But
I'm a fan.
Okay.
It's Barry Keoghan and Denzel Washington. I know it's not the original cast. I'm willing to give that a pass. Because...
my question...
Yes.
My question is, much like Star Wars, the movie ended with him fucking dying. What is the continuum into the next movie? Yeah. So what is the point? Why not just make something original if there's entirely new characters and you're not continuing with the old story? Much like Star Wars, everything ended okay. And they didn't even do... Oh no, I'm about to get into a Star Wars thing. Ugh. Alright. They didn't even do... There's an established, continued, extended universe for Star Wars. What is even the point? I'm sorry.
Breathe.
Okay, so what I'm getting at...
You're so
Don't worry,
correct,
I'm with
Maddie.
you on
You're
this,
so
pal.
correct.
Why not just make new movies, etc.?
Like, why not just make new movies?
Why not just make
but-
a Sword and Sandal epic and just say it's a Sword and Sandal epic and people be like, is it Gladiator 2? No, it's a different movie with
It's a
different
different
cast.
one.
Yeah,
People
call it
love
literally...
that junk.
Hey, you know what? You can still do a one-name title called Coliseum.
Yeah!
But anyway.
No, wait, they did that already.
Call it Denzel and just be like, we're calling it Denzel because Denzel Washington's in it, one of our greatest film actors. Do you want to see this movie because Denzel Washington is in it?
Yeah, I do.
Like, yes.
The entire poster is just a Will Smith pointing meme, but it's just a photo of Denzel. He's not even in costume. It's just a red carpet shot.
No. He's the one guy in the whole movie
this.
who's in a suit. He's like a time traveler, and he's like, whoa. Anyway, I just
Hey,
pitched...
y'all remember Denzel Washington?
I just created
That's
an
right.
idea for the studio.
It's like Army of Darkness.
Art
Takes
exists
a long
in a specific...
swig of hard lemonade.
Art exists in a specific time. It reflects or contradicts certain values or themes or aesthetics from that time. It's very much grounded, which is why I find it... We've talked about this on Syndicated too. I find it gross when they're like, Futurama's back! Out of nowhere, and it's well, yeah, but that's like a very 2001 show. Like, you don't need to keep anyway. Yada yada yada.
No, it's a very 1999 to early 2000s show, and should remain so.
As such.
Did not remain so.
Yeah,
the number of times Futurama has been rebooted. Anyway,
and I wonder very much. I love Scream. I love Scream so much.
So much.
I wonder if conceptually it has a bit of a shelf life. Because it does do, and as Maddie and I have had this conversation before, it does do the kind of goofy poking at the tropes, meta humor, writing. That was that's the point, right? But now everybody does that. Yeah. And that's not particularly unique anymore.
Yeah, and that was starting to kind of spin out by 4. Like, we got to 4 and it was like, yeah, this movie's okay, but I feel like maybe they're starting to kind of lose the gas in their engines here.
The self-aware...
on this concept, not necessarily like the quality
after
of movie
4, I feel like 4, and I don't know if this was because it was the last Wes Craven directed one. That was the last one that felt to me like it had a target that it was satirizing, where it was like
effectively satirizing.
Kind of like effectively satirizing. Thank you. Like making fun of podcasters and streamers.
Yeah.
Like,
as a podcaster and streamer. Yeah.
Like,
you got
me. Funny. Like in the third movie, it's very much going after, the movie business and the abusive nature of Hollywood. And the second one's a little bit more about like, I actually can't conceptualize a lot of what the second one is. Things are coming to my mind about
is
like
a little bit part of it.
And like using the whole using violence as like a defense and like how we do things because of violent movies rather than like people who are violent will find reasons to do violent things.
serial killers, or what is it? Fuck. Movies don't make serial killers; they make serial
movies
killers
make serial killers more creative.
Good line.
Very good line. True. But anyway, the first 4 movies have very kind of clear like ideas about who they're satirizing and what they're satirizing. I think after the 4th one, it was kind of like as you've mentioned with them talking about requels and stuff. It's like, what are we doing anymore? And I felt similarly to that in the 6th one, where it was like it was more enjoyable, but there was this sense of like, so what are you trying to do? What are we doing? Like, is it legacy? I would have to watch it again, honestly, to see if I could like try and glean something the second time. But I do think it was a little bit more coherent than the 5th one. But is it like legacy? Is it like re-examination of trauma? Which again, everything is kind of about right now. So that's also not. And also isn't related to like the movie business necessarily. That's more of a kind of generic. I do think that true crime and like true crime bloggers was kind of a thing that they were doing in the 5th one too, but also they were doing a lot in the 6th one, which was very funny. There was a couple of really funny jokes in the 6th one about that. So there is that aspect to it, I guess. And part of Scream 5 was, and I understand that like I am much like 4, I am part of what they are making fun of, is the people who get really into an original series and like get frustrated with the legacy sequels and like think that they're like getting away from the point of the legacy sequels and are like, this is not real. And I'm like, but the issue is actually you've kind of done what you're making fun of here, is you've lost the trail on what the original. And I know by like me saying that, it feels like I'm just buying into the thing, and like I feel like I can't say that without being like, I know you're making fun of me here. Yeah. But Maddie, you know the difference between the characters as depicted in Scream and us with our nuanced, correct opinions? We're not murderers. Oh, well, yeah, we also don't eat shit. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I don't get electrocuted. Trip down some stairs. Yeah. Bit a bit. Yeah, no, that's it. I just think Also, they killed Dewey off. They killed Dewey off. And that was so another point where they were like, that is the point of legacy sequels. Nobody's safe. Nobody's safe. And I'm like, but you didn't have to kill, like, maybe they could have been safe. Like, instead of me feeling like, and that's the thing is, like, I don't like the part of legacy sequels is we have to prove that nobody is safe, because, like, maybe I want Han Solo to live. Yeah. Maybe that's part of the reason I like these movies, is because I like these characters. Yeah. It's because there's something... Maybe Dewey's my wife, actually. Maybe Dewey's my wife. And maybe, like, Dewey's actual wife, like... like, there was some really effective stuff in the 6th one, because Gale is in the 6th movie. Where, like, that hit really hard, and I was sitting in my chair in the movie theater being like... and my friends were like, interested to see how they handle the, like... You've lost somebody like... important to you. Yeah, it's just like she says, thing. Like, she tells the sisters in the 6th movie, like, you have to kind of build your... Because they've had... A lot of their family has left or died, and you're like, you kind of have to build your own family. And it's like, oh... And she's, like, talking about it, like, while she's, like... She has, like, you know, pictures of Dewey in her, like, in her room where she, like, keeps, like, all of her Scream stuff. And it's just, like... Oh, she built a family with this, like, one person, and then they finally... got it together, and then he fucking died. Yeah. And anyway, yeah. I mean, I get why, because like it hurts the most, because Dewey is kind of like the very, very soft heart of the movies, where he's just like this beautiful, perfect angel. And the one who beats ass the least. Star Wars has come up a number of times already. Like, I mean, they're trying to capture the same kind of magic as the Han Solo death. Yeah. Where it's like, he's brave, he's selfless, he's a good friend, has this romantic relationship that we root for, presumably. I don't know if everybody does, but I do. I do. I was devastated at the beginning of 5 when Mom and Dad were fighting. Sorry, when Dewey and Gale were fighting, which is their character names and not what I said. But it's like, I mean, oh my god, that is their thing. They are slap kiss. They are enemies to lovers. But it's fine. I like. Anyway, mad.
Watching Scream 1 again and like seeing that kind of like early not innocent, but like that flirtation they started with when he turns her and he says I was 24 for a whole year. Like, ugh.
That was genuinely kind of hot.
Yeah, no kidding. Hello.
Now listen, I did.
Hello.
I was telling Maddie in the chat recently.
I'm turning red. I'm gonna.
Yeah. Ben has turned away his camera. I came home from seeing the new Kelly Reichardt movie like a couple weeks ago to find my roommates watching Scream 3. And we were talking about like, because I knew who the killer was and they didn't know who the killer was. And they were like, is he attractive? And I was like, And they were thinking that like Patrick Dempsey was the killer, which is fair because Patrick Dempsey's character is one of the red herring characters in that movie.
Yes.
And they're like, do you find Patrick Dempsey attractive? And now I'll use that to judge whether I think he's going to be the killer. And I was like, I mean, objectively, Patrick Dempsey is a very attractive man, right? I suppose. Like,
sure.
To some people, I mean, I assume that he's very attractive.
Yeah.
I don't have eyes for anybody except Dewey in this movie. I'm sorry. I mean, Parker Posey's in that movie. Nev is in that movie. Obviously, they're beautiful and I love them. But Dewey, as far as the men go, I'm just like, there's
none
no
of them
way
are
else.
Dewey.
He's got that stupid haircut in that movie. He's got the stash.
He's got the stash, and he makes the stash work, which is crazy.
It's crazy. I love him. I'm obsessed with him.
Yeah.
Anyway. But yeah, I don't know if it was effective killing him off as a...
I think that was a moment I gasped aloud for, because I was really not expecting it.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember like sitting there and gasping and being like that was really the moment where they lost me, as I was like, but that's my guy. Like, that's not entirely the reason I'm here, but that is like one of 3 reasons I'm here. That it's Sid and Gale and Dewey, and that you've lost one of the one of the 3.
Yeah.
Like, I was really bummed, right? But I don't know.
I'm trying to be fair because I'm like trying to judge it on the point of like, is it an effective death rather
is
than
it an
just
effective
like,
death?
Does it make me sad that he's gone because I love him? And is that like, because like obviously sometimes a character dies and it's like you're sad about it, but it's like the right choice narratively. I just don't think it was necessarily the right choice narratively, and I'm also just like sad that he's gone.
Yeah, I try to think about that.
I don't think it made me sad. It made me like angry, and the frustrated like killed the sad for me. Where I'm just like, I'm going to I just like, I don't know.
I try to think about that a lot from I write. Yeah. But like, you know, I try not to think too much about like the tropes of it all, but I definitely think about like, you know, effectiveness of writing in the middle of a movie sometimes. Mm-hmm. And I'll like mutter to myself like, oh, that's pretty smart, you know, or whatever when something gets revealed. Or in Sorcerer, I'll gasp. Like I've been robbed by a highwayman. But anyway, I try to differentiate it in my head when like, are they doing this because they think it's connected to the story, or are they doing this because they know, to use Star Wars again, that I like Harrison Ford? Like, or what have you. I'm weirdly struggling to think of other examples.
Well,
they'll probably do it with Harrison Ford again in this fucking Dial of Destiny movie.
Wrath of Khan, yes.
Wrath of Khan.
Oh, yeah. Right.
That's an extremely emotionally cathartic... Not cathartic, I mean, it's just like, it's sad as fuck. But narratively, it's an incredibly well-plotted and well-written death. Like, it's a death that makes sense for what the movie is doing up to that point, and who that character was up to that point. Which, Ben, you're smiling, and I feel like are you thinking of Star Trek Into Darkness right now? Or
Here's the thing, I thought you meant the exact opposite thing, because I thought you meant Star Trek Into Darkness in terms of... No. Are you doing this because it makes sense for the narrative, or are you doing this because you know the name Khan has name recognition?
Are you saying I'm just going to reverse what happens in Wrath of Khan with characters that have been around for like 20 years less of screen time and pretend like it has the same level of emotional impact as Wrath of Khan?
And then fix it 15 minutes later.
It makes me so fucking mad. I hate that movie so fucking much. Anyway,
I feel as though I've stepped onto a landmine of sorts.
We could do an entire episode about Star Trek Into Darkness.
Comrade, you have. That was the selling point for the show.
Yeah.
Scream.
And I will say, sorry, go ahead, Ben.
Oh, no, I mean, that's it. I just try to think, like, are you trying to get me to care because this works for the story, or because is there a meta aspect? I.e., that I like this character or actor from previous movies. And you're trying to, like, that's what movies do. They kill off one of the...
Right.
Yeah, but they don't have...
But like, what does that do here?
Yeah.
And in Scream 5, what it does is it's like, this is what legacy sequels do. This is just like a legacy sequel. Yeah, dude, I know what I'm watching. I'm not stupid.
Okay, here we go. This is the clearest I can say it, and then, feel free to take the conversation away from me.
Sure.
This is the clearest I can say it. Scream... Okay, say whatever you will about 2 and 3. Scream 1 feels like it is subverting tropes.
Yeah.
Scream 5 very much feels like it's, hey, you know what these tropes are, right?
It feels like it's displaying them.
Yeah, displaying them. It's like, right, but are you going to, like, do something with it? Like, no, we're just going to do them beat for beat.
Yeah. Bereft of targets to make fun of outside of the movies themselves, they are now left to turn inward onto themselves and only be self-referential.
Exactly.
Yes.
Which brings me back to my original comment. I wonder about the shelf life of this premise.
Yeah. Yeah, I think and like I said earlier, I think that we hit it with 4, and then they just decided to kind of keep going. I forgot who I was talking about this with, probably one of you two, is I feel like if they wanted to keep making Screams, which if Wes Craven wasn't making them, I feel like there's no point, but whatever. If they wanted to keep making Screams, I think that is possible, but I think you just have to kind of keep making them the way they were being made. Or make new characters and keep making them the way they were being made before. I think the second you tried to kind of pick at them in like a legacy sequel standpoint is not to say that any other sequels would have been good, right? But the second you try and like branch off into this like, now we're gonna make a legacy sequel of Scream and make fun, it's like, I think you're starting to, that is clearly a mistake. That I don't think works. That I'm saying that a Scream 5 that's exactly like that same thing would have been good. I think we would have started to kind of lose it, but maybe they would have been like fun, at least. Yeah.
That kind of smart self-awareness used to be unique, and now it's what everyone's doing.
Yep.
And it just doesn't stand out anymore.
Yep.
I will say, hey, you know what? You know what satire I think really works in the latter Screams? Is I think that the bit in 4, I say bit, it's like a plot point.
Sure.
Where I don't remember who plays him, and I don't remember the character's name, so I'm going to call him Rory Culkin's friend.
Oh, yes.
The other guy who co-runs Film Club. That guy live streaming his entire high school experience feels weirdly prescient. That is some ahead of its time satire, because that kind of dude exists all over the place now.
Yeah.
I don't know if people are actually
and he does.
Live streaming
so everybody who does that, pay attention.
I don't know if the whole live streaming your high school experience is happening or anything, but people taking weird photos and videos of each other in public, and everything is content. That shit's relevant.
Yeah. My man would have had a TikTok.
Yeah, no, that dude would be doing TikTok lives constantly, and he would suck, and his classmates would hate him.
Yep.
Including me, a 29-year-old man who hasn't been in high school in a while.
Yeah. I feel like we've been talking about the things we don't like about Scream for a minute. I really do, I'm trying to think about, what wrap-up thoughts I want to say about Scream.
Yeah, we can move back into a positive territory.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I love these movies. I willingly watched all of them in 3 days. And then when I tried to watch parody movies of them, aka the scary movies, I was like, this is disgusting and will not fill the hole in my heart. That I guess I just have to rewatch Scream again twice in 1 week, which I kind of did.
I was kind of wondering about Scary Movie, because in the same way I feel like the premise of Scream has its shelf life, can you go another layer down? Look, don't get me wrong, I love, Airplane, ! 1980.
This Airplane's
but
funny.
Huh?
Because Airplane's funny. And
yeah, because Airplane's funny.
Airplane is funny. to some, to me. I mean, I find it
to
funny.
me.
I don't know what separates. It's strange because to me, the thing about Airplane is that it was specifically parodying a movie called Airport, which was a movie that took itself seriously.
Very much so.
The thing about the first Scary Movie, and not all of them are like this, but the thing about the first Scary Movie is that it is primarily, for the most part, satirizing or parodying Scream and I Know What You Did Last Summer. There are other movies thrown in there as well.
Right.
But that doesn't really work for me. As I think I've mentioned on this podcast before, when talking about them, like, because Scream is already a satire and is already self-aware of what it is doing and the tropes that it is playing with and the conventions it's working with, that doing a parody of it doesn't really make any sense and doesn't really come across as being very clever, which that's why it kind of makes sense that they drop that pretty quickly and go very quickly into the I Know What You Did Last Summer thing. Because it's just like they're just replaying it beat for beat and it's not really very funny. And also, I mean, like, the jokes of the era, too, like, obviously it is horrifically sexist, horrifically racist, horrifically homophobic. And there was a point where I was like, that joke, I've actually reached my limit. I've reached my point where I have to say, I can't sit through this anymore, and I need to leave. And that was about 20 or 25 minutes in when they got to the Dewey and Gale stuff, or their version of the Dewey and Gale stuff. I was like, I don't like this. I'm going. And, I mean, it really varies heavily with all three of them. I tried to watch all three of them in the same day, and I had to stop watching all three of them because I couldn't do it.
Sorry, the scary movies?
Yeah, because I was like,
you can watch good films.
I was trying to find at least one of them that I was enjoying and was able to, like, put up with for longer than 20 minutes, and I couldn't.
Doesn't even have to be good movies. We can, you could be a,
I know.
Hey, you know what? I've been meaning to watch The Bear. Why don't we watch The Bear together? You don't gotta watch Scary Movie 3. Come on.
The Bear? Which bear? What bear? What? Cocaine
the
Bear?
Chicago.
The
No,
Chicago
the Chicago.
the show.
The TV show about the Chicago.
The TV
kitchen.
show. God, I got confused.
No,
I know.
I just meant, please free yourself from that obligation.
There's many things to watch, but I was like, I have this hole in my heart because I watched all the Scream movies and I love them so much, and now I feel like I can't watch them again. Could, but I should try and watch Scary Movie because I like horror comedies, but it's not scary and it's not very funny.
Mm-hmm.
And you just watch Side instead because they were making fun of a movie, and you're like, I can just watch the movie they're making fun of instead. I
just watch the movie because I've never seen it, and like, I mean, and also like this is, I think, an agreed upon fact. I don't know. I feel like parodies should have some level of love and respect for the thing that they're making fun of. Otherwise, Agreed. It doesn't really come across as doesn't mean anything. It's just
if they're just making fun of it, but like meanly, if they're bullying the thing they're making fun of, that's not effective.
Well, there's no real knowledge to it. Like, that's what's so delightful about Galaxy Quest, is like Galaxy Quest is enjoyable to an audience who's never seen Star Trek, but to somebody who has seen Star Trek, there's an extra layer of enjoyment because the jokes are so like meaningful in that way that they can just there's stuff that because the people who wrote it are fans of Star Trek. And that shows in more ways than one, but it also shows in the jokes. Young Frankenstein is a similar thing where it's like they're using the actual sets from the original movie. Like they're shooting it in black and white. They're making all of these references, but they're doing it in a different way. Yeah. Scary Movie isn't really, and all of those movies that those guys made, like epic movie, superhero movie, vampire movie, they're just literally rehashing scene for scene the stuff that happens in the movie. They're not actually trying to intelligently interrogate it. So it comes off as like a really long and even more deeply unfunny SNL sketch of just like, let's recap what's happening in this movie. But do it in a way that's not interesting because it's not as artistically or aesthetically appealing or or made with any kind of skill or craft level.
I think we can probably very safely say, we can probably very safely say that Scream would not work if it were not written and directed by somebody who had 25 years of horror directing experience.
Well, and who's it that
form
wrote
of voice
the script for that originally?
Kevin Williamson.
Kevin Williamson, thank you.
I got you, bud. Didn't even have to look.
Thank you. Yeah, him behind the helm as well. Like, Anyway.
Do you want to... I'm sorry, I almost started hosting this like it's fucking syndicated.
No, go ahead.
Do we want to do like a little highlight reel of stuff we liked again?
Yeah, I was gonna say is any last thoughts before we wrap up, any kind of like final ideas we could talk about, highlights, favorite movies or favorite moments from the movies, but
thoughts.
Yeah.
I think the opening sequence of Scream 1 is some of the best editing I've ever seen in a movie.
I
like some of the best.
It's incredibly good.
Yeah, we both
some of the best
really good.
pacing, editing, and cinematography, like to create a atmosphere of horror from a very normal scene, literally just a girl in a home making some popcorn, to all of a sudden a very terrifying scene over the course of like 6-7 minutes. Genuinely wonderful work.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a single bad performance in the original Scream. Literally perfect.
Can't think of any.
Yeah. I think they all have a ton of charm to them, even if I don't like some of them. I adore Scream 2 almost as much as I adore Scream 1. It's like a 9, if I'm giving Scream 100%, I'm giving like Scream 2 95%. You know what I mean? Like it's only those are not the actual scores I'm giving these movies. But you know what I mean? It's just like a sliver down for me. Cuz I love Timothy Olyphant in that movie. He is so gross. I love how fucking smart it is to make Sid an aspiring actress and then having the Greek chorus literally trying to kill her in Scream 2. I think that's so fucking smart. I love Dewey's fake out death in Scream 2, where he's like thrown up against the soundproof barrier.
And then they mirror that in 5, don't they?
Huh?
They mirror that in 5, don't they? Am I remembering that moment correctly?
I don't remember shit about 5. Sorry.
I don't think that they do. But what they do mirror is the moment in Scream 2 when they wheel Dewey out in a stretcher and Gail's
that
like,
must be
oh my
what
God.
I'm thinking of. That
He's
must
alive.
be what I'm thinking of.
And he's like really high on morphine and he's like, oh, you're here. And she's like, yeah. And you're like, ugh. And then in scene 5, they roll him out, but he's like in a body bag and she's like, oh.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Awful. Anyway.
I think the beginning of Scream 2 is really fucking smart.
That's what I was about to say. I love the opening of Scream 2.
I don't remember.
So sad.
So awful.
I don't remember if I saw this analysis on Twitter or a podcast I sometimes listen to is the oh my God, what is it called? Matt Gorley and Paul Russ movie podcast.
Can't help you.
Yeah.
I love Matt Gorley, though.
Oh, with Gorley and Rust. My God. The name of the show is called With Gorley and Rust.
Well done.
I don't know if that analysis was from them or whether it was from Twitter or whatever, but obviously that's one of the more prominent black characters dying in front of like a crowd full of screaming white faces. There's certainly commentary being made there. But even like I think the bathroom kill and the ramp up to her dying is like genuinely frightening. I like that these movies, I think, write a very nice line between cheesy and like being genuine thrillers. Yeah, I don't know. I like Scream.
I like that David Warner is in Scream 2 as the drama teacher. I think that's very funny.
Yeah.
I like that Lance Henriksen is in Scream 3. Happy birthday, Lance, recently. Happy belated birthday. As the
Lance,
evil movie producer. Lance, come on the show. And of course, Carrie Fisher and Parker Posey. I like,
oh my God,
I don't know, I love Parker Posey. I just like the whole mirrors. I like the whole mirror sequence. I I love the proposal scene at the end I love the love theme that they have for Dewey and Gale, which is like music that they reused from an old John Ford movie or something like that they accidentally like kept in the demo track with, mixed with this kind of like synthier stuff, and it's like kind of weirdly beautiful, and you're just gonna I get really emotional. What happened when I binged these movies is that because I had watched 3 movies in a row in like less than like 48 hours, by the end of Scream 3, when they get to the proposal scene, I was kind of like genuinely getting a little really misty emotional. I was like, oh, this is kind of beautiful music. I mean, I think it's really effective for if a movie is going to be a franchise, is going to be a series. I feel like it's essential to make you care about the characters, and I think that Scream is really effective at doing that. I love that. I love Matthew Lillard. I think he's great. He's so fucking good.
Lillard and Ulrich is like an all-timer.
Incredible.
They're so good. I love the stab movies. I love that it's Luke Wilson as Skeet Ulrich.
I love that it's Luke Wilson. I love all the jokes about that in the second one. Poor Tori Spelling. I love starting it and feeling like I'm starting from the beginning all over again whenever I watch it, because it's a mystery and I feel like I'm right at the beginning and I don't know what's going to happen and I can look for clues this time around. Yeah. I love Dewey. I know this.
I like how smart the writing is. I genuinely do feel smart. Like I notice something. I feel like I notice something new every time. And that's a good script to me.
Yeah. In a related to both what you just said, what Helena says, I love watching. You know, it's a good mystery when you can watch the movie again and you see the things you didn't see last time that tell you that these are the bad guys, right? And I think Billy, his character in 1, it's more obvious, but there's like no way of knowing that Matthew Lillard is his like co-conspirator until he shows up right in the end, because it's like he's just like he's the goofy guy, right? Like he's the kind of asshole, but like
he's kind of like asshole. Intense, but you're like, that's just him being weird, and
he's a weird really teen guy. Yeah, because he's like he's thrown around. He's like the obvious suspect, and yet then he's not. But because he's obvious, maybe he shouldn't be the obvious suspect, and so it goes back and forth, which I really love. And I also there's a thing that these movies do consistently. I don't know if they do them after the 4th one, but whenever somebody shows up behind another character and surprises them, they do a small like jump scare. Every single time this happens. Every single time.
Even
and it makes me laugh.
Normal,
even if it's completely normal, which it always is, it makes me laugh every single time. She's like, oh, somebody surprised her again. Somebody surprised her. I love that.
Hey, you'd be freaked out too, huh?
Yeah, no kidding. I love in 1 that there's the we're just doing lists of like, well, I love when, but I love in 1 that there's like, you have no idea that there's 2. There's that twist of like there was 2 of them the whole time, which is like, I didn't know that was on the table. I didn't know that was an option. I think it's so smart to be like, yeah, of course, there's 2 of them. That explains everything. That explains how everything worked. Easy. I don't know. I think they're clever. I think they're interesting. I think that they make you care about the characters, both the reoccurring ones and the ones that are there only once. I'm gonna just aside briefly say a thing I don't like. I think part of the reason that the Scream 5 doesn't work quite so well for me is because it's this whole new cast and like the characters I love don't come in until the very end, and I'm like, but I just want to see Sydney. Like, I just want to see my girl. That's part of the reason I'm here, is I see her and I want to see her, like, do her thing and kill these assholes and, like, survive another day because she's so good at it. And I love her. And Dewey and Gale. I love all 3 of them. I think they're all great. I think they're all, like, interesting and cool in their own way.
And Dewey looks so good in those movies, in the 5th movie. I'm sorry. Stays really well.
Yeah. Also, not to be parasocial. Not to be parasocial about it, but I think it's funny that they got married.
That they got married for real?
I think it's they did get divorced. I think it's very good that they got married, and then that their relationship somewhat, at least in a pattern mirrored what was happening in the movies. But it is very
and they were married for a while, right?
They were married for a while. They met on this set of this movie.
Yep.
And they got married.
I think that's cute. Yeah, I love Scream.
I was saying to Maddie, I'm like, yeah, it's 14 years. That's a good run. That's better than I've done.
Yeah, I said they didn't work out, and you were like, but they were married for like 14 years. I'm like, yeah, they got divorced in the end, but like, still, 14 years is not nothing.
Yeah. Again, better than I've done.
Yeah.
Again, better than I've done too.
Yeah, none of us have been married to somebody since we were like 15 or 16. That's true.
That's true. It's true about us.
Can I hit you with one final fact, and then then I have no more to say?
I mean, I guess Helen and I have known each other for longer than that, but we're not married.
We have. Well, not legally.
No, worse. You have a podcast together.
Ugh. Yeah. God, cringe. Anyway, go ahead.
Cool. Final fact. This is a Disney movie.
Pardon me?
What?
Dimension Films, which is the company that made this movie, was acquired by the Walt Disney Company before the release of Scream.
Wonderful.
Scream is a Disney movie.
Well, not wonderful because Disney is owning everything, but wonderful in the fact that it's very funny.
Does that
it's
mean
very funny to me. Every time I remember that, I'm sorry. I think it's such a laugh out of me.
What you're telling me is that Spy Kids is also a Disney movie.
That makes sense, though.
Yeah.
Yes.
It is
that
within their. It's within their library, and it's one of those things where they won't put it on like Disney Plus because it's outside of their branding. You know, that's the shit that gets sent to Hulu.
Spy Kids.
Yeah.
Well, and Scream is on Paramount, which is very.
That's the thing.
But
it's there's so much weird rights stuff, but at the end of the day, yeah, it's.
But I have Spy Kids
Dimension
on DVD.
Films.
So who's laughing now?
Dimension Films, which is unfortunately a subsidiary of Miramax. That's right, a subsidiary of the Weinstein Company, is also a subsidiary of Disney.
Yeah.
Gross. I hate everything. But Scream. I love the Scream movies, though.
I love Scream.
And I guess on that note, support the WGA, support your local writers in their current strike, because what Ben just said should make you hate everything.
Angry.
About
mad. Yep.
And
It's both
forever.
very funny and makes me mad. Yep. Ben, what do you got? Anything you want to say before the end here? Anything about you and what you do? And most of it is stuff that is connected to Infinity Break, but also, I just want to... What do you got?
If you liked my insights on genre and the history of storytelling, do I have a wonderful podcast for you? I am on I'm the fucking producer of Syndicated with Leslie and Ben, a sometimes infrequently released, but ostensibly twice monthly podcast in which we cover genre, television, and storytelling through the lens of TV. We are currently on our crime season, which means this season so far we have covered The Sopranos, Leverage, Columbo, and another show that I picked, Fargo. My God, it was my staff pick for the season. Anyway, it's a really fun time. I do it with my very good pal, Leslie Yates. I don't know, if you like talking about media stuff, like I obviously do. Hello.
I would call that like
Hello,
our sibling show.
You've covered Slings and Arrows before, correct?
Mm-hmm. Season 1.
Yes, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Helena, you're welcome on like anytime.
We can just talk about seasons 2 and 3. Slings and Arrows.
Come on, you have a crime show I'm sure you like.
I do. I have many crime shows that I like.
How does this show feel about heist? Has that come up before?
Oh, once or twice.
We're lukewarm. We're deciding. The quorum is out.
Yeah.
Okay, well, take
moderate, I would say.
Yeah.
If you like Maddie and I talking literally Chaos in Stereo, our streamed show is every Tuesday pretty reliably at 6:30 p.m. On Tuesdays, we do whatever the fuck we want, really.
Right now we're doing Dredge, which is like a Eldritch Horror fishing game, which I'm very much enjoying.
Yeah, but we've done some Kingdom Hearts, some Dishonored
Mad
stuff,
Max. My God, we were playing Mad Max for so long. We did Super Mario Sunshine.
Yeah, those kind of, hey, if you like video games and you like Maddie and I, good place to go. And then obviously if you like horror, Parascience and Exploration of the Supernatural and Unquantifiable is a tabletop RPG actual play show that I do with my dear friend Maddie and my dear friend Ezra, that also comes out on Tuesdays. Maddie plays an exorcist and I play everyone else. And then Ezra's there, who also plays a character.
Ezra plays a X-Files ass motherfucker. And I love him so much. I will say for our streaming show, it's it's twitch.tv/Infinity Break Gaming specifically.
Oh, yes. Twitch.tv/Infinity Break Gaming. And of course, all of those podcasts are at infinitybreak.net, which I'm sure you will say in just a moment.
Yep. But to be specific, you could also find them there, I promise.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, but to see us out, thanks for hanging out with us here on Steeple at the Movies from the Infinity Break Network. Check out infinitybreak.net for more awesome content, like the content we just talked about, and come hit us up on Twitter at people_snake, or shoot us an email at steeplethemovies@gmail.com. Our amazing music was done by Johnny Ronaldo, who you can find at Johnny Ronaldo on Twitter. Our super snazzy logo was designed by Bethany Luthold. You can check her out at bethanyluthold.wixsite.com. If you got a subject you want to hear us talk about, a movie you think we absolutely need to see, or want to disagree with us about Scream 5 and 6, come say hello. Also, Helena just shook her head. Also, if you can, please leave a review on iTunes and share the show with any friends who you think would enjoy it. Any way you can spread the news helps us so much, and we would really appreciate it. As always, thanks for listening, and we'll see you at the movies.